the containment zone. Phalanx operatives will ensure your security at all times. It is imperative that all civilians obey their instructions without question or hesitation. Thank you for observing the safety
welcome to the vlog. So we are here today at Alton Towers and we are here for the Nemesis VIP event and we cannot wait for it. It was a belated birthday present for me from my lovely partner here, Cam, and I cannot wait for it. So today we're going to get to meet John Wardley, Bianca and John Burton as well. So very cool day. We get to have a little look behind Nemesis, behind the scenes, and have a look round and some exclusive talks and stuff like that. So we're very excited for this. We'll let Nemesis go past. We did try to book on for the May one, but that sold out so quickly that we just didn't able to get onto it. But we're here today, which is the main thing, and we can't wait to experience this whole event for ourselves.
I think so. Got the last 2 tickets. Who knows? For June, it sold out in May fast.
I was going to say it sold out very quick. It was quite an expensive event, or people were saying it was quite expensive. So it was priced at £150, which we've actually sort of worked it out, because obviously with that you get the meet and greets, you get sort of a little bit of exclusive merch from what we're talking about. What else was there? And obviously the gold fast track, which is £75 in itself, and also fast track for Nemesis. And it's a very busy day here today, so it is very much needed. all the queues are on about 120 minutes. So we're very looking forward to this. We've got a few hours until the event starts, so we're going to enjoy, we're going to capture a little bit of content of Nemesis for you. Like I said, this isn't going to be a full vlog of Alton Towers today, this is just going to be for the Nemesis VIP event. So we're really looking forward to taking you along for the day. And yeah, let's see what's in store for it. So last time we was here for the opening of Nemesis Reborn, and the queues were very, very long, but it was a very enjoyable day. There was a lot of people around, and it was just nice to meet everyone. There was a good sense of atmosphere, wasn't there, for the opening day? We really enjoyed it. So we're just having a little look around Forbidden Valley at the minute. Let's look at the new signage, looks very good. And over here we have got Project Ocean, which I've got a little bit of a theory behind. Now, hear me out here. So, obviously, we know it's been called Project Ocean. We know it's a top spin sort of coming back, we believe. So I just something that crossed my mind. Obviously there's been a lot of water involved. We know it's Project Ocean. There's also been a lot of talk and speculation about Nemesis getting her fountains put back on, the water package put back on, which I don't know, just maybe. I mean, Cam always likes to say us roller coaster enthusiasts and theme park enthusiasts are a bit like conspiracy theorists. But one of my theories and one of my sort of speculation with this is that we're going to be seeing the fountains of Nemesis come back on when this opens. Just a little, like, you know, obviously we had the water for Ripsaw, and now there could be the fountains, which a lot of people are speculating about coming back for Nemesis. So I've just got a feeling maybe it is going to tie in somehow, that we have this back, you know, with sort of a water fountain package on it, and then we're going to have the fountains reopen around Nemesis again. I just got a feeling maybe it's going to be tied in somehow, but that's just my little bit of conspiracy there, like Cam likes to say. We're very good at coming along with these conspiracies for things. So we're going to go have a little look, see what we can see over the fence. So that was on the selfie stick, so I don't actually know what was in there until we look back at the footage ourselves. But it's, and see, what's this down the side here? I didn't notice this last time. Maybe it was biometric access.
Retina scanner, input face or card. Wow.
So what is this? Is this a little bit, is this going to be, no, do I work on the Face ID? No, input ID card. Maybe this is just for the phalanx. This is like the phalanx facility, hence why you need to have the ID. It's not, it's for Project Ocean. Interesting. I wonder what we could be seeing. So, that's Project Ocean done. Let's have a little look around the shop. Last time we was in here, there was queues going all the way back through the park, and I think at one point the queue was actually longer for the shop than it was actually to get on the ride, which was just mental. But you know, as we can see in here, Nemesis, Merlin have really upped their game with the merchandise. It's really nice to sort of see that we're getting sort of like different bits come across the lines now. Obviously we've got the nice denim jackets from the Nemesis, the 94 ones, and we're seeing that across all of the different parks now. We're seeing that at Fort Park, we're seeing it at Chessington. They're really sort of branching out in their merchandise, which is lovely to see. But let's just have a little look around the shop. I love all these little bits of like Easter eggs, bits of information for you. Just tells you a little bit about the coaster. Got a big Nemesis beast there in the middle of the shop. Refill cups for Nemesis Reborn. Water bottles, medals, pin badges, phone grips, magnets, posters. Shot glasses, mugs, and I really like these. These are sort of another thing that they've started to do across the range. They're starting to bring out some patches, so they're doing them for all the different rides. So obviously you could get yourself a nice denim jacket, or you could get like one of the Merlin ones, like the Nemesis one, and then just keep adding to them. So yeah, no, really good in here. And it's just really nice how they've done the shop up as well. All the nice little bits of theming that they put around the edges, and yeah, we really like it. John Wardley's book here, the gentleman that obviously created Nemesis, and we're getting to meet this afternoon. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, let's just have a little look at all about the theming around the top of the shop. A little just look around the Nemesis shop. Cam's just having a little wander around as well, and it's really nice as well because you've got all the light show going on in here. Just adds to the ambience of it. So yeah, and I know this isn't Nemesis related, but how sweet was this? So obviously Cam's quite new to being at theme parks and coming along with me, and we have a fantastic time every time we're here. But Cam knows how much it means to me, and we've been engaged for a while, but I got my commitment ring today, and it's the Smiler. So how cool is that, and how cute is that? So personal, so thought about. It's a personalised ring, and he gave it to me here while we were just getting on the Smiler. That's just so magical. Like, it just makes things so nice for me, and it's the fact that I'm obviously here today because of him. This was my birthday present. So yeah, it's, you know, and also thanks to him, the fact that I'm sort of doing these vlogs, and sort of because he really pushes me to sort of go a little bit further and, you know, push me out of my comfort zone. So yeah, big thanks to him for today, because without him this never would have happened. So big thank you to my partner Cam. But yeah, so that was a look around the Nemesis shop. So yeah, as you can see, the Phalanx have taken control of the facility, and hopefully it won't be long till we actually see this ride sort of come in to the park. You will actually, and I'm very excited for it. It's nice to see Alton Towers getting some flat rides again. So yeah, let's have another little look. We've obviously gone round one side, but let's have a little look over this side and see if we can see anything different. So there's a little sneak peek of Project Ocean, and it's exciting. It's really exciting. It's bringing that buzz back to Alton Towers. Cam's being nosy and trying to look around the side. This hoarding is monitored by CCTV cameras. The Phalanx are watching you.
I'm not breaking and entering.
The Phalanx are watching. Please do not climb.
Oh, there they are. Oh.
Climbing.
So with the oh, how cute was that? Someone just seen it because I put a little post on the Merlin group about, because as I just told you, we have been engaged for a little while, but I got my commitment ring today, which was lovely. So and someone just sort of said they'd seen it on the Merlin group because we posted it on there. So oh, that was lovely. Bless her. It just said congratulations to us. So we're part of the Nemesis VIP event. We got a Nemesis fast track, so we're now going to go and take advantage of that, and we're very glad of it today. When we're looking at the wait times, they're like 90 minutes, 120 minutes for some of the rides. So yeah, we're going to go and jump on Nemesis. Here's the fast track. We've got a couple of hours yet to go until the main event this evening, which will be really cool. So yeah, there has, like I said, there's been talk about the fountains coming on. So, very leaky over here, as we can see. Maybe we will be seeing them come round soon. Like I said, maybe my little conspiracy's right, maybe my little conspiracy's wrong. But we will see. I mean, how iconic would it be to be seeing like the waterfalls coming down here again and just bring back that 94 nostalgia? Like, yeah, no, that would be amazing, absolutely amazing. But we'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell. You know, I think it's really nice sort of watching Alton Towers at the minute, because they're really sort of developing and they're bringing back some of the old love and sort of attention that they used to give to the park, I personally think. Just my opinion. All of these are my own opinions, obviously, but yeah, no. So let's just quickly see if we can. Just signing in with the phalanx. You know, you've got to give credit to these guys as they stand in their costumes all day. They must be belting hot. You can imagine, like, obviously the last couple of days it's been really, really hot. It's a bit cooler today, which is nice, but the last couple of days have been really hot, because you imagine having to stand around in that uniform, like just working all day long. Wow, that would be hot. But here we are. So we're going to jump on Nemesis, take you along for the experience. Well, we can't take you along. Oh, so I was going to take you along for the experience. That's because I'm used to, like, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go and subscribe to the channel, because we was at Pleasurewood Hills and Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, and we had a brilliant time there, and we was able to film on the rides, which was so much fun and enjoyable. But obviously we're not allowed here, it's just part of the rules, but that's what it is. So we won't be taking you along for the experience, we'll just catch some nice off-ride footage. have just come out of Alton Towers theme park and we are just walking through Splash Landing Hotel and making our way to the conference centre, ready for the Nemesis VIP event, and very excited for this. The time's coming up for about 4:15, so the meeting time was to meet for 4 and start at 5, so very excited for this and very excited to take you along. I'm not too sure how much we're going to be able to film. I don't think much of like the bit with John, Wardley and Bianca we can film from sort of watching other people's vlogs and stuff, so but I'm sure we'll be able to take you along for have a little look around Nemesis after, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, so let's get down and take you along for the experience.
Join the queue on the right hand side.
So it looks like we're just about to sign in and collect our lanyard and card. So looking forward to it.
So yeah, that's your number. If you didn't want to go and wait through in the room in the store, as soon as we are ready to get you down in the table and ready to start moving down now. Okay, just get that. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening. Thank you. Hi guys, how are you?
Right, all good.
Good. You had a good day today?
Yeah, lovely.
Good. Would I please be able to take the lead booking name?
Let's come on Mortimer.
More. Lovely. Thank you. I'll go look at the lead. Liam and Cameron, was it?
That's it.
Lovely. So guys, I give you guys a unique number on the cards, and that's just so that when you do go down to the ride later on, we do check you in and out of there nice and safely. Also, maybe another little surprise as to why you might need that number a bit later on during the event as well. But I won't spoil that one for you guys now. So you guys are number 174, 175. Liam, trying to view it. You are 174, and Cameron, you are 175. There is a little bit on the back there as well that I want to expect for the evening, but hopefully you know what you're in for. Yeah, that's the other side for you guys. Let's head through to the next door. As soon as you get don't worry.
Lovely. Cheers. Thank you. So we have just checked in for the Nemesis VIP event, and we have just been given a little lanyard and a little card which gives you a number, which, as you heard, was maybe a reason why we need that number later, maybe a slight little prize or whatever. But yeah, so there's a little bit on the back there, just tells you about what we've got to expect for this evening. So looking forward to it. So we have just come out of the conference centre and watched a little bit of a talk with John, Bianca and John. And that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Some good exclusive content that sort of we're not able to share. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that. Really good. Quite funny, quite witty. Bianca was very charming. So was John, actually. I think they all were. They all come across with a lovely personality. I really enjoyed it. How did you find it? Yeah. So probably more my sort of thing than it was for Cam, bless him. Because obviously I'm the one that's a bit more of a geek with all this stuff. Had the opportunity to have a photo with them, get merch signed. So yeah, really nice. And now we've got the chance to go and have a look at Nemesis while it's all closed, and it'll look behind the scenes. So looking forward to taking you along for that. So we are now walking over to Nemesis to go and get to have a little look behind the scenes. Very excited for this bit, and as I'm always one that I sort of do a little bit of talking because it's in my head, and then I sort of go back and I reflect upon what I've said, and I just sort of want to sort of say, you know, and one other thing that was really nice to sort of like witness as well during that talk and event. John Wardley was so humble, like really humble. Like there was no sort of like ego there. You know, it was like, you know, I'm now passing this over to John Burton, and I really thought that was nice. He seems like such a genuinely nice guy, and
Could have easily had a sense of like, all of you men are here because of me.
literally, but he really didn't. It was just like, and even to the point of like, for me, probably the highlight was sort of meeting John. And I was sort of said on, like, you know, when we was getting our bits signed, like, thank you so much for a lovely evening, it's been really nice, and that, and he just turned around and he was like, the best is yet to come, you know. And it was like, he was like sort of, no, you know, you've still got more to come, like, you know. Yeah, no, there was no, like I said, there was no ego there at all, was there? You know, when you think of what he's created, what he's done for the theme park industry, not just here at Alton Towers, but at Chessington and across all the other different theme parks, you know, without this man,
He knows like everyone's here for him.
he's
No one
not.
else would be here without him. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be there without anyone else either.
Yeah.
And he knows that.
Yeah,
But he knows it fully.
and also, like, you know, he was sort of saying, like, if it wasn't for you guys, like the people, you know, general public, us lot that turn up to Alton Towers and come and ride all these rides, it wouldn't have ever been what it is. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. There were some good exclusives in there that we found out that other people won't have got to know.
Hush, hush.
So yeah, it was really good. Lovely to hear all of the stories, and now just looking forward to getting into the park and having a little look behind the scenes. I'm sure this bit's going to be a lot of fun. So, as you can probably hear, getting a little bit out of breath. Alton Towers is very hilly. From an accessibility point, it's not probably the best of parks, but still, such a beautiful park, and we absolutely love it. Me and Cam was having a discussion on the way up here about what our favourite parks are. And Cam's is Fort Park, and mine's Alton Towers, just for the magicalness of it, the environment it's in, the nostalgia of it. You know, I can remember back in '94 seeing those Nemesis adverts popping up with the swans on the lake, and obviously I live in Clacton, and if you're a bit of a John Burton fan, you'll know that that's sort of where... No, John Wardley fan, sorry. Correct myself there. Too many Johns in the industry. Got John Brum, John Wardley, John Burton. Oh, blimey. But yeah, no, so obviously we're from Clacton. Where was I going with that?
Ghost train.
And obviously, yeah. Huh? And yeah, so obviously we've... I've completely lost what I was saying.
Yeah, everyone just fill up the space for me.
Hello, good evening everybody. Hi, you okay? Having a good evening so far? Excellent, very good. So welcome to the behind the scenes tour of the legendary Nemesis Reborn ride. My name's Simon Horsley, and I'm the head of Entertainment Technical Design Development and Operations here at the Alton Towers Resort. And to my left hand side here is John Maudsley. John is our show control and systems engineer for the entertainment team, so myself and John work very closely on all these kind of projects. Between myself and John, we designed, commissioned and programmed the audio-visual system for the Nemesis Reborn ride, and also the wider Forbidden Valley areas as well. So we'd like to take a few minutes just to tell you a little bit about the audio-visual system before you actually move on to the ride itself and have a look around behind the scenes on the actual ride itself. So AV or audio-visual, what do we mean by audio-visual? So it's themed lighting, background audio like you can hear around us at the moment, special effects like the smoke machines that you'll see around the ride, video systems, and we'll come on to the video systems in a minute, central show control systems as well that synchronise all of the audio-visual elements across the whole attraction and Forbidden Valley. Now, the design for these elements takes place many, many months prior to the attraction actually opening. So we started discussing with John Burton in 2022 the kind of effects and the kind of AV systems that we'd be needing for this attraction. Once the designs are all carried out, it then takes a whole team of electricians, audio-visual specialists to install, pull all the cables in, rig the lighting, install the speakers, smoke machines, all that kind of thing. That took around 5 months prior to the attraction actually opening. We use a centralised Ethernet-based network show control system for the ride and the whole Forbidden Valley area, so everything is centrally controlled. And where you're actually standing now is probably one of the central hubs where all of the cables run throughout the whole area of Forbidden Valley and the ride. So you'll notice some manholes in the ground here. There's one here and one just behind you, just over there. If we lifted those manholes, you'd see thousands of cables and ducts going everywhere to the different areas. So for example, we have a fibre optic cable that runs between here and the helicopter, right at the top end of Forbidden Valley, and also the shop just over the other side of Forbidden Valley. Everything is centrally linked, along with everything in the queue line as well. Moving on to the eye, sorry to disappoint you, it's not actually a real eye, unfortunately. You probably worked that one out. It's actually a giant LED, custom-made, curved LED video screen. It's unique to the Alton Towers Resort. There isn't another one like it anywhere else in the world. We had it designed by a custom manufacturer for us. And the resolution of the screen is actually 1068 by 1068 pixels. So if you actually laid it flat, that would be the resolution of the screen, which means that it contains over 1 million pixels in that screen. I've actually got an LED panel here, which is similar to how the screen's made up there. This is actually from the LED screens in the Wickerman ride, just over there. And each one of these tiny little squares here is an individual LED diode or light emitting diode or pixel. And basically each one of these pixels can change colour independently of any of the other pixels. And the video wall processor basically sends the signal into these tiles, and they're curved tiles, obviously not rectangular. And basically the processor knows which part of the video signal to send to which pixel to make it change colour, and that's what creates the overall image, is those pixels changing colour. The refresh rate on the screen is actually 60 frames per second, so basically the colours within those pixels are changing 60 times every second. That's faster than the human eye can actually recognise, so we don't register that the colours are changing 60 times every second, and that's why the eye seems to be seamlessly moving around rather than updating colours. So that's a little bit about the video screen. I'm going to hand over to John now, who's going to tell you a little bit more detail.
So the eye has 3 states. It's got the dormant state, which it's in now. It's got a waking up state and an angry state as the train passes overhead. The angry and the waking up states are triggered from the ride control system every time the train dispatches, and we get a signal from the ride controller, which sends a signal to our show controller, which then sends commands to the video playback, the audio system, the smoke machines, and the animated claws around the eye itself. The claws themselves have pneumatic actuators inside them. This is an example of one. The ones inside the claws there are bigger than that one. And then these are controlled by compressed air. When air goes in one end, it pushes the ramp out, and when air goes in the other end, it pushes the ramp back in. We also have an industrial high output smoke machine hidden in the top of the eye, and then the smoke from that passes through a compressed air system to really force the smoke onto the oncoming train. And the audio is synchronised with that to make the creature roar. And we also have a big sub-speaker hidden in the base of the eye down there to really make the creature come alive. So hopefully that's given you a brief insight into the technology used within the theming elements of the attraction. And we have a few minutes now to take questions if anyone has any.
It might be able to move. We may have it moving, but I can't confirm that at the moment. So that's a teaser. Any more questions? Okay, yeah, I'll just answer that. So that question was, do we ever get any kind of dead pixels in the screen or that kind of thing? The answer is yes. We did have one of the LED panels did actually fail quite early on after the attraction opened. And what we do is we have the company that we purchased the screen from has lots and lots of spare panels, just like this one or like those. And if a panel fails, we can actually access the eye to swap panels out, and we swap the panels out. So they have lots of stocks of LED panels that we can just swap out if we need to, if the pixel does go or sort of panel goes. So yeah. Hello.
You know the design system and the smoke control, is that like similar to Wickerman's with the fire control? Feel like the design system, so you know how the train is like, yeah, smoke control. Is it similar to how Wickerman's is, but like the train with the fire control?
Yeah, so that was just a question about the smoke system. Is it similar to the Wickerman system when the smoke comes out of Wickerman? In actual fact, the smoke machines that we use here are exactly the same manufacturer as the ones that we use in Wickerman, so yeah, it's exactly the same system, yeah.
Do you know how many universes or DMX channels are on the total system?
Now you're asking. So that question was a technical question about how many universes of DMX we use. It's 16 universes, because things like the pixel tube in the station are individual pixels for the tube, so it's 16 universes, which is 16 times 512. I can't work that out in my head, but if you work that out, that's how many channels we're actually using. Yeah.
How many panels make up the eye?
How many panels make up the eye? That's also a really good question, and one that I don't know the answer to. However, it's probably around about 50, maybe something like that. I don't actually know the answer, so that might be totally wrong. But I can find out if you want to grab my email address later. Okay? Yeah, okay.
I'd say 50 videos that actually finish your play. A rough cut plus the centre.
The video was actually sourced through Merlin Creative, so I don't actually know who produced the video. It was all kind of sourced through Merlin Creative, and they kind of produced that in conjunction with a video company, so I don't actually know who produced that content, unfortunately.
The eye, when it gets angry, does that interact when the ride's dispatched, or is there a sensor on the ride? No.
Okay, yeah, so that question was when the ride is triggered, does the eye start when the ride's triggered, or is there a sensor around the track that triggers the eye? It's actually triggered from the dispatch button, so when the ride operator presses the dispatch button and the train's sent out of the station, that's when the whole sequence starts, and the sequence is timed from when the train goes from dispatch up the lift hill and around. Okay, more questions? Okay, well thank you very much for listening, hope that's been informative. If you want to follow your phalanx operative, They're not there. If you want to follow me, we will go around and we'll take you around to the actual rides.
Thank you.
So we just had a little chat there from the technical team, and we are just under the beast herself, and it looks like we're just about to make our way in. I think we need to sign in with the Phalanx operative, and then we're going to go in and have a little look around the station, get a little look behind the scenes. So come along with us, looking forward to it. Lovely guys, enjoy very much. So we are now going to get to have a little look behind the scenes of Nemesis, and I don't know if you can see over there, there is the big inflatable eye that was used for the promotion campaign for Nemesis Reborn. So yeah, it's really sort of good to see that, because I believe that they could only put that out due to weather conditions. So when we first arrived here, it wasn't up and inflated. So I'm very glad that we get to see that. So yeah, how cool is that? So that was the eye that they used for the promotion campaign, which, yeah, it would be cool, but obviously it's due to wind conditions. Obviously, it's probably very delicate. It'll probably pop or something along those lines, but
That's fair enough, but the wind conditions and stuff, you can tie it down.
yeah. So there it is. What we'll do is we will pop in a little clip of the original, yeah, the little original advert that was used with the eye. So I think we're now just queuing up to get into the Nemesis station. Emergency stop panel there. Hangar 24. And obviously another little Easter egg for you. Just on the aeroplane, you've got SBIF, sit back, it's fright time, which was obviously one of the dispatch audios that they used to use for the original. So yeah, very interesting. Looking forward to getting into the station and having a look around.
Used as our PR stunt back in February to announce the opening of Nemesis Reborn. Now there is no question at all that if we'd have put out to the media the opening date for Nemesis Reborn, most of them would have run it. But we don't like to do anything by halves, so we wanted to do something really stand out and that would really get people talking and fans like you really excited about its return. We knew the eye was going to be a real focal point for the campaign. John and John talked about that. Our job was to figure out what on earth we were going to do with an eye that would get people talking. After much deliberation, we decided to create a giant eye, and we worked with Chinese lantern manufacturers to create the 7-metre eye that you see in front of you. The only difference today and what we did with it was filled with helium on the day of the stunt to help it float and give us the shot that we wanted, and today it's filled with air, but that is the only difference. Many of you will know that we floated the eye in Cannock Chase. We chose Cannock Chase because, for those that don't know, it is an area of outstanding beauty, but it's also known for weird and wonderful goings-on. There has been alien sightings there and very supernatural things that happen, so it felt the perfect place for Nemesis Reborn to appear. But Cannock Chase wasn't always on the cards. We actually considered more than 25 locations before settling on Cannock Chase, and they weren't all above land. Some of them were in the air, some of them were out at sea, and some of them were actually beneath the ground as well in caves. But we settled on Cannock Chase because it was in our heartland and it really gave an added value to the story that we wanted to tell about Nemesis Reborn and its return. The day we did the stunt at Cannock Chase wasn't plain sailing either. The wind conditions at 4 AM on a February morning were a bit challenging with a giant helium balloon. It took about a team of 15 down there. It included a camera crew, drone crew and photographer. The chap that photographed the eye on the day was Dave Parry, and for those that remember the giant doll's house we created over in London for the first Alton Manor, it was the same photographer, and that man is worth his weight in gold. We were straight on the phone to him, we wanted him to photograph it, and he delivered some incredible shots. At one point I turned round, it was about 5:30 and he was in waders, in the water, in the freezing cold, just to get us the perfect shots that we wanted. Cannock chase is open to members of the public, it's not a closed space. There is also a lot of wildlife, and there was a lot of deers and stags when we were doing the shoot, so that was incredible. But also members of the public doing their morning running cycle. It meant that even though we tried to wrap it up really quick as soon as the sun came up, or the daylight, a lady that was happily, merrily going on her cycle early in the morning nearly kiboshed the whole thing when starstruck by a giant eye and then a panic chase, decided to post it on a local forum on Facebook. I have never seen a team edit video and photos so fast in a Brewers Fair to get the photos out to media before this really took hold. It was an incredible morning, team of 15 like I say, incredibly proud of everyone and everything that we did. And it meant that the coverage for the eye was the equivalent of every single person in the UK seeing it on more than one occasion. I think we got up to 7 times. It was an incredible thing, absolute career highlight. And has anyone got any questions? Oh, you're all... Nobody? Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. So we floated it in February, and it announced the launch date. And do you know when John and John were talking about, I think it was John Wardley that was saying there's that 3-month period of promoting a ride that's like really intense, it's like a period. This was smack bang in the middle of that. So even though we're many years on from when they launched the original Nemesis, which I didn't do obviously, because I'm not old enough, I know I look here but not quite old enough. I know it's a shock, right? Yeah, I only did this one. But yeah, when we did it, it took us about 3 months to create the eye with the Chinese lantern manufacturers, and then we did it in February in that 3-month period, smack bang in the middle. So the question is, what do we decide to release and what do we decide to hold back for the time in? We come up with what we call a strategic approach to what, and we chapterise the marketing campaign for Nemesis. So we had 4 chapters, and we did the same for the first multi-manner as well, and that kind of gives us a starting block of what we're going to say when. The difficulty with Nemesis was we started it when we closed the ride previously, and normally a marketing campaign would not have that much longevity. It normally goes into that kind of 3-6-month cycle at most. We had to keep talking about this for a lot longer. So yeah, it was quite difficult on this one to keep kind of coming back to the drawing board to say what can we do. And there was just little things along the way that we did specifically for die-hard fans of Nemesis. So I don't know if anyone remembers the t-shirts and the grabber machines, the secret hot badges, the key messages, the codes. That was all for the fans. We knew that we didn't want to talk to a mass audience at that point. That was going to come in that 3-month window, but we also didn't want to do nothing. So it's just about teasing it out, yeah. And we kind of listen to response. We often go back and change our plans based on what we see people talking about, and if something's not resonated or something's resonated really well, do we want to go and capitalise on that? There was a lot of stuff we threw back into the Nemesis campaign. Everyone just got so excited that there was just ideas all the time. It was a great one to work on. It is very much ongoing. I think Bianca's talked about more stories to tell, and we are super excited for the next few months.
Just listening to a little bit there about the eye and how they use it for the promotional campaign. It now looks like we are going down into the station, get to have a little look at the ride panel, have a look in the maintenance bay, So excited for it. A couple of lucky people won some prizes during the talk where we gave out some AirPods, PersePods, and someone also was lucky enough to win a climb up the lift hill, which fantastic prize, so well done that winner. I'm sure that will be an experience. What books? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There we go. Can I hang on the track?
No, you cannot hang on the track. I mean, you can try.
Do you want to squeeze down, guys?
It's well stiff. I wasn't expecting it to be that stiff. I thought it would just be quite loose and like run.
$155.
142.
How many steps do you think are on each side of this lift hill?
133. 65.
Really close. But not quite. How many?
Is it 65?
No. It's 144. So every morning, the operator has to walk up those 144 steps up and 144 steps down to ensure that the lift hill is in good condition for the ride to open. So we check for things like the chain hasn't snapped, the lights are working, the effects are working, the signs are working. There's no unauthorised people in the ride area or anything like that. So to tell you some more about the lift, we've got these. They're called feeder wheels. They only rotate sideways and they allow for the train to come, be fed onto the lift hill. We've also got the lift dogs. So on the train there are very similar pieces of them on the top of the train, and what they do, they connect like a jigsaw and allow for the train once again to be moved onto the lift hill. So we've also got the lift chain, which is the big metal chain in the middle of the lift that feeds the train up the lift. We've also got on the anti-rollback, so if you haven't been on this, which I'm sure you all have, and you hear that clunk clunk sound, it's a good thing, it means the anti-rollbacks are working. If you turn around, we've got that great box with all these buttons on. The first one is the emergency stop button. What that does, if that's ever pressed, is cut off all power to the ride completely and stops the train at the nearest stopping point. Below it we've got the lift jog button. That has to be pressed in conjunction with the lift jog button in the operator's cabin, and that just gives power to the lift if we ever have to stop it for a phone or a hat or anything. And then two below it, they are tech services only. So the third one even is the feeder jog button. I don't know what it does, we're not allowed to press it. The fourth one, I don't know what it is as well, we're not allowed to press it. Next to it we have the A-phone box, which has those white phones that you might have seen Coach use. So we've got three of them on this lift. We've got one at the bottom, one at the top, and then one on the left hand side of the middle. Also in the middle of the lift you can see those grey platform things, they're called the lift platforms. If in case of an emergency we ever have to do an assisted exit, we use them to get people off. So it's two people to a platform, and what we do is we attach it to the train, and then we use this, which is called the manual release bar. So these are interlocked into the ride system. If one of these keys is ever missing, the ride won't start. So if I decide to take this home with me, tomorrow they can't open without it. It cuts off the power. I've nearly done that once before, we're not going to talk about it. So what we do is we put this onto the side of the train where there's a peg called the manual find a release peg, and we twist it, and it opens up all the harnesses. We get people off like that. We don't have to harness up or anything to go up this lift, or Galacticas, if anyone cares about Galactica. I don't know why. I think maybe because there's railings and it's not that high. That's all I have to say. Does anyone have any questions?
If you did go home with that, would you have to come back in?
Yeah, they'd force me to come back. I wouldn't get paid for it either.
Well.
If no one has any more questions, if you make your way to John will show you about the cabin.
Is that grease on the actual? Is it loop? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there wondering if it was actually like sharding or whatever.
No, it's definitely
OTP.
This is the geek. This is the one everyone's going to want to go. I suppose you haven't asked. Can I go in there? So, I don't know if you can see here now, we've just looked at the lift hill and we're now looking in the Nemesis control room, and it's got all the little bits of safety information around there, earplugs, excuse me, for the staff. That looks like a highly expensive bit of kit, doesn't it? Look at that. Just a little bit. It's not just pressing a
I'm
button.
John, one of the operators in Nemesis. I'm just here to answer any questions you've got about the panel. You can take photos. You can't go in, but you can take photos from the outside. And just let me know if any questions you've got about the operations of the ride and anything about the panel you want to know. Yeah, you can stand here.
So all those padlocks have to be removed every day?
Yeah, so these are on because of the amount of people in the ride area. So they are it's a lock-off procedure. So basically, as soon as you want to enter a ride area, you have to gain permission from the department in charge of the ride. It's just a sign, you can't see it, but it's red and green. It's in rides. So it's in rides at the moment, so I'm in charge of the ride, I get to say who locks on. So they come and request permission from me, they'll put the lock on, and when they exit the ride area, they'll take their own lock off and go. So if there's one left that's done that, I'm like, who's this? It just means that the ride can't be started with people in the ride area, obviously.
Fair enough.
No one
How do you know what to set the queue time to?
So we've got a little sheet. It's full of them.
Queue line key?
Pardon?
Queue line key, is that one there?
No, that's for the QR codes and the queue line. So we know when someone reports something, they'll ring us and give us a quote. We've got like a little map, and it's batch sizes, so the size of a train, and we sort of work it out off the amount of dispatches we've sent in the hour. So if it's 20 past and we've sent 19 trains, we'll go 19 over 20 times.
Does it tell you all that? How many you've dispatched in the hour?
No, we can't manage it. It does tell us. It does tell us, but we don't use it. We do it all through our tablet. So every time you see the numbers there, and we'll put how many's on the train, and then we'll press dispatch.
Right.
So it'll count that for us. We see it on the paper, so we see the sheet. And we can also work it out. So I know the black fence at the top, the wooden fence at the top of the line, that's about 25. But all the time, because you don't know how many rap you're going to get, you don't know how many fast you're going to get. So it can be, that's why sometimes we'd rather overestimate it than underestimate it.
So do you have? So is that? So you tell the machine what to put on the board?
The queue time? Yeah, it's just there. So you see this tablet here. That one there, yeah. You see where it says 0? If I keep pressing that little packet pressing it, that will be the queue time. So you control the queue. So we've got a
Grease.
Yes. Just touched a big metal ride, of course it's going to be grease.
You're all done. Got the photos then? Good. Checked out. Thank you very much, guys.
Watch the step. Oh my god.
didn't it?
Hi guys, welcome to the garage. Make your way down. Get started in a few moments.
Oh, are they allowed to get on it for the... Yeah, for your picture?
I think we're allowed to. There are walkways that you check the wheels. When they do check the wheels, they can walk up on these platforms and they can check the wheels, and I want to, but something tells me we're not allowed to.
Oh, look, you can see, look, the side of the shell off.
Right, I might as well get started whilst I'm thinking of things. So, my name is Adam, I'm one of the second year apprentices here. So, it's our job as the tech services department to maintain all the rides here on park. So, every morning before the ride opens to the public, we perform a daily check of all the rides. So, we're making sure we do a full track walk, ensuring all the track bolts, as well as bases are we also do wheels and brakes in the brake run transfer station left areas. So again, just checking on the brakes and being in very good condition, no signs of paint wear or damage from the previous work of the day. And then the lift, we do a full lift walk, make sure the lift chain's in good condition, as well as looking at the rollback rack for the train, make sure that's in good, make no signs of wear.
100 quid, look, 100 quid, grab one.
With the trains, every single nut and bolt that you can see is checked on a daily basis. So all the harnesses are checked on a daily basis. So essentially, there's a lot of harnesses in each of the 8 positions, making sure that the harness is blocked. And then we'll build over stops on the top, side wheels on the side, knobs on the bottom. We check all these wheels daily, making sure
Excess bolts. How do you even know they come off the rad?
So if you notice in the station, in the garage, the track's a lot thinner than the main line rails, just so
some of you may recognise the eye, it was actually one used in the school back in February.
If you compare the original Nemesis to the new one, we've recycled quite a lot of the train. So we've kept the original seat columns, the chassis over the top, the centre beams together, and the bogies which have the wheels. We've had all new harnesses, ratchet release systems, some new wheels as well, and all new fiberglass and wheel pods. So on the train we've got 2 sets of wheels. We've got hard compound wheels and soft compound wheels. This is purely to monitor the speed of the train. So your hard compounds are a full nylon, whereas your softs are a polyurethane mix. So at the moment we've got 5 rows of softs and 3 rows of hards. This is so we can just balance the speed of the train, make sure it's not running too fast or too slow. So in the weather can vary the speed of the train. So if the train's running too fast, we'll add some softs. If the train's running too slow, we'll add some hards to it. We can monitor the speed of the train off the ride control panel. So as soon as the train presses the lift, it will time how long it takes to get to the brake run. If it's running below the normal operating time, we'll adjust the wheels, then take the train off, just put new wheels on, and set the train back out once we're happy with all the safety features. The side wheels are the exact same as the up stops. This is purely by B&M design, so we can change them depending on which ones are wearing out the most. Typically, we find that the bearings tend to go before the wheels themselves. So when this happens, we'll take the wheel off, replace it with a new wheel, test it, make sure we're happy with it, and then send it on its way. Here is a chain dock. So this engages with the chain on the lift. So I'll move in that sort of motion when engaging with the lift. This is engaging with the lift essentially. This is the gas strut. So this is what you typically find in your car boot. This essentially holds the harnesses up when the harnesses are released. So we'll have these sitting on the right side of each seat column behind the seat post. These tend to last about half the season. So when the harnesses stop coming up all the way, the ride seem unhappy with it, we'll simply take the train off, based on the send on its way again. Here is what we call a kingpin. this is essentially attached the bogie to the train. So this will slide in on one end, but then fit a plug on this side, then put it with 4 cap heads to just make sure that plug does not come off. On the table below is an original Nemesis friction brake cylinder. So inside there is a massive spring. So if we lose air pressure or power, the brakes will stay closed so the train won't roll through. And when they want to release the brakes in operation, the cylinder will fill there, release the brakes, and let the train roll through. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask. Have a look around the garage, have a look at the train.
What's the most common part to be replaced? What's the most common part that needs replacing?
Definitely the bearing. So that will go first before the wheel starts to delaminate from the hub.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen any delamination so far, but it has to be the bearing. So if the bearing sounds really bad, we'll replace it. Sometimes we might even grease the bearing, which tends to get rid of the sound. So we'll be happy with that and send it on its way. Yes, any other questions?
I noticed both of these wheels are different designs. Where or what role is it just
the wheels are actually the same size.
Oh, is it just an illusion with the...
Yeah, it's an illusion. So the wheels are the same. The only thing that you'll be able to tell is the profile here. Yeah. So the profile's a bit bigger on this side, whereas it's a bit narrower on this side. Okay. They're still the same inner diameter for the running rails, so it won't affect it.
Am I seeing the different side?
Yeah, so the nylon is a bit thicker than the polyurethane here. That's what's giving that illusion. Yeah. We've got tips, we've also got applications, so feel free to post one. But yeah, first of all, being an apprentice here is an absolute honour. Like, I moved up from Norwich to become an engineer here, and it's been great. Every single day is different. So as an apprentice, we get moved around the park. So I think Tuesday I was down at 13, Wednesday I was at Smiler, just having a look at all the way the maintenance is done on those rides, seeing different manufacturers, see what's different, what's the same. Any more questions, guys?
You've probably been asked.
Sorry, any questions, guys?
Yeah, you've probably been asked not.
Probably. You're the first one.
I was going to ask as well.
So we're not sure what it is just yet. We have got some theories. One of them being the stack is pre-sand filled. So the vibration that the train is causing used to go into the track with the old Nemesis, whereas now it's being thrown back into the train. There's something we possibly can't avoid, but we might see over time that it might smooth it out more than it sort of gets broken into. Another possible theory is the drip trays. So these are a different design compared to the old Nemesis. So that's potentially what's causing the noise of the vibration. We're not sure about the actual cause just yet. Another potential theory is the fact that the paint is on the track still. So if you see on the other rides, you see that as like a bit of a wear strip where the paint has corroded away. Obviously, I noticed because it's so new, the paint hasn't fully come off yet. So what we're doing in the meantime is just using track glue, essentially just a thin grease that's quite viscous, painted out on the wheels on the track glue, and it sort of helps with the vibration. Thank you. Any more questions, guys? What do you do with the old wheels? So with the hards, we can reuse them. So we take out all these pins here and replace the hub here. So as you can see, we've got this one's a bit press these plates together. Essentially skin the wheel with this polyurethane, then reline it with a new hub with a new liner, and then let it set for a specified amount of time, then we'll obviously go back into operation. Anyway, that's water. The garage wasn't. Yeah, it's a IP rated cable, it's fine. It won't cause any shocks, I hope. But no, the garage wasn't designed for drain when it was first installed, so that's why it's a bit of a trouble. So as an apprentice we're just working early, so from 6 till 2. whereas an engineer might work 2:30 or 2 to 10:30. If it's on Scarefest and Halloween, the shifts do vary, purely operating time, so we have to have that cover in case the ride breaks down. So on some nights of fireworks, the monorail closes at 11:30, so we have to have the engineers on site to make sure the ride does go down. They can obviously resolve the issue and get it back working. Any more questions, guys?
So we have just finished coming around start that again. So we have just finished the Nemesis VIP event, and that was really good. I really enjoyed it. We got to have a little look in the maintenance bay, got to have a little look at the ride op station, got to touch the track, look at the lift hill. Would have been nice to go up the lift hill, but you know, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. But no, it was really good. I mean, I know we talked about it at the beginning of the vlog, but people were saying about the price of it. I didn't think it was too bad if you take out, well, no, really, obviously if you take the £75 fast track off. No, the Nemesis, £75 for the gold fast track, like 15, 20 for the Nemesis. I could actually check because it was sold out today. Yeah, so, and the Nemesis individual fast track by itself is about £15, £20. So if you work that out, that's about what? I think it worked out about 60, 70 quid for the rest of it. Not even, it was 150, wasn't it? So 120. So yeah, it didn't work out too expensive. Like I said, if you look at the price of it and you deduct the sort of amount of the fast track to the actual experience, it didn't. 35 quid. There you go, 35 quid. So if you, 40 quid. I mean, in all fairness, you 35, 40 quid. Yeah. And there was some really good exclusives in there. We got to see some sort of behind the scenes footage, some pictures from the archives that have never been shared before. Got to hear some stories, and like I said, John Wardley was just such a lovely bloke. I mean, he just, like I said from earlier, he just seemed so humble. Yeah. And so, like, yeah, no, it was really nice. It was lovely to have a little look around and enjoy our first VIP experience. And yeah, Cam got his Nemesis badge signed, or little ticket signed thing, and I got my book signed and poster signed from when we was here. So yeah, fantastic. Really enjoyed it. We're probably going to try and get some other VIP experiences in, because we've heard a lot about Blackpool's VIP experiences and how good they are. So who knows, that may be our next one, but we will find out. So thank you very much for coming along with us today. It's been absolutely fantastic. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out the channel for all our other content, and we'll see you soon in the next one. Bye bye.